The introduction to the One Piece and the Moon's civilization theory delves into a fascinating aspect of the One Piece lore. This theory posits that the ultimate treasure, the One Piece, is somehow connected to an ancient civilization on the Moon. In the expansive world created by Eiichiro Oda, both the allure of the One Piece treasure and the mystery of the Moon's civilization provide fertile ground for exploration and speculation. The theory gains significance as it suggests a deeper historical and potentially cosmic significance to the One Piece narrative, which could redefine the protagonist Luffy's quest and elevate the stakes of the entire adventure. Understanding this theory begins by examining the details revealed in the manga. Specifically, Enel's mini-arc, which is a cover story where the former antagonist Enel travels to the Moon and discovers a civilization of Moon people, or the Sky People, corresponding with the Burka on Skypiea. This narrative element hints at a richer, interconnected history between Skypiea, the Moon, and the world below. Such connections lend weight to the idea that the One Piece itself, as the culmination of the Pirate Age, might be linked to the remnants or history of this lunar civilization. An example highlighting this point lies in the shared iconography and symbols between the lunar civilization and ancient artifacts found across the Grand Line, suggesting a common origin or shared history. Another example can be drawn from the ancient weapon Pluton, theorized to have similar celestial connections, thus backing the claim that the Moon's presence in the storyline influences the world's most significant treasures. Supporting opinions often center around the work's thematic underpinnings. For instance, the notion that ancient, forgotten knowledge holds the keys to understanding and freedom aligns with the narrative's recurring emphasis on history and destiny. Yet challenges to the theory arise from the lack of explicit textual confirmation from the author, leaving much to interpretation and fan speculation. Some argue that tying the One Piece to the Moon would complicate the story's grounded, human-centric themes. Alternative viewpoints argue for more terrestrial connections of the One Piece, focusing on the socio-political dynamics within the story rather than cosmic histories. However, the theory's potential to shift perspectives on the series' mysteries keeps it intriguing. Overall, exploring the connection between the One Piece and the Moon's civilization enriches the main topic by introducing a cosmic dimension and deeper historical context, suggesting that the treasure at the story's heart is not just material, but philosophical, bridging worlds and eras. This interplay of history, mystery, and the unknown fuels both the narrative and the audience's imaginations, sustaining the series' allure and depth. In the world of One Piece, the Moon is not just a celestial body, but a vital component that contributes to the lore and mystery of the series. The historical and cultural significance of the Moon in One Piece refers to the narrative elements that link the Moon to ancient civilizations within the story, suggesting potential ties to the elusive treasure known as the One Piece and the world's lost history. This connection is significant because it opens up possibilities about the origins and evolution of the One Piece world, suggesting that understanding the Moon's impact could unravel secrets that are crucial to the overarching storyline. One example of the Moon's cultural significance is the Skypiea arc, where Enel, the arc's antagonist, travels to the Moon and discovers ancient writings and technology that point to a past lunar civilization. This discovery emphasizes the advanced nature of these ancient people and hints at technological influences on the world below. Additionally, the Moon is depicted in ancient tablet carvings, which resemble the poneglyphs, further suggesting a link between the two and emphasizing the Moon's significance in understanding the Void Century, a mysterious period erased from history. Supporters of this theory believe that the series' creator, Eiichiro Oda, has intentionally included these celestial references to enrich the storyline and offer clues about the history of the One Piece universe. They argue that the Moon may hold literal and metaphorical keys to unlocking what the One Piece is, given its recurring presence in important plot points and settings. However, there are challenges to this interpretation. Skeptics may argue that the focus on the Moon could be a narrative red herring, designed to deepen the lore without leading directly to the One Piece. Critics may also point out the speculative nature of these connections, highlighting the lack of concrete evidence linking the Moon to the One Piece itself. The integration of the Moon's history influences other aspects of the main topic by suggesting a broader cosmic narrative that ties together various story arcs and characters, like the ancient weapons and Joy Boy, a figure repeatedly associated with the One Piece. Ultimately, this point encourages viewers to consider the grand scope of One Piece, where celestial influences may play a crucial role in both the world's past and its future. This cosmic connection serves to enrich the storyline, offering deeper philosophical and existential queries for fans to ponder. The intriguing heading, Evidence and Theories Connecting the Moon to the One Piece, delves into the possibility that the treasure known as the One Piece in Eiichiro Oda's renowned manga series might be connected to the enigmatic moon civilization. This concept finds its roots in the poneglyphs and the Void Century, as the enigmatic lunar events and their markings entwine with the mystery of the One Piece. The moon holds a vital role in the One Piece universe, as evidenced by the existence of mysterious space entities like the Spacies and the Warlord's enigmatic connections to its civilization. The moon's civilization is cryptically hinted at in various story arcs, notably in the Skypiea arc, where Enel's journey to Fairy Verth, later revealed to be the moon, shows ancient depictions of winged beings. The significance of this concept lies in its potential to unlock pivotal secrets of the One Piece world, bridging understanding of the ancient and modern histories encapsulated in the Void Century. By exploring this linkage, fans may uncover hidden truths about the ancient kingdom, the lost century, and how they converge with the narrative climax of One Piece. Two compelling examples emerge. First, Enel's journey to the moon unveils ancient lunar hieroglyphs depicting a civilization once connected to Earth, hinting at technologies and histories uncharted in the series. Second, the poneglyphs. As stone legacy devices may possess roots linked to this lunar civilization, possibly serving as the technology left behind to guide future generations toward the One Piece. Supporters of this theory often point to Oda's subtle integration of interconnected histories that span beyond the earthbound realms explored so far, arguing that the moon motif consistently foreshadows deeper revelations. However, challenges arise from the speculative nature of these connections. Critics argue there's insufficient direct evidence within the canon. They suggest that the manga's hints could simply be artistic flourish rather than concrete narrative threads intended for future exploration. The idea that the One Piece may be linked to the moon's civilization nuances interpretations of other facets of the manga, such as the significance of the ancient weapons and the role of the D-clan's mysterious heritage. If true, these connections could redefine the ending of One Piece, altering foundational assumptions about the treasure's nature and its implications for Luffy and his crew. In essence, this theory not only piques interest but propels a deeper investigation into the sprawling world Oda has crafted, beckoning fans to reconsider existing lore with fresh, celestial perspectives. The concept of analyzing key characters and their links to the moon delves into examining characters within the One Piece universe who may have connections to the moon's lore or its potential civilization. This component of the discussion is pivotal, as it can provide insights into how these connections might influence the overarching plot of One Piece, especially in terms of the mystery surrounding the One Piece treasure and its potential ties to extraterrestrial origins. The significance of analyzing these characters lies in uncovering hidden narratives or pasts that might explain significant plot developments or reveal the history of the One Piece universe. The moon has already been subtly infused into the One Piece narrative, especially through references related to technology and ancient civilizations. Understanding these links can offer fans a deeper comprehension of the storyline and its potential direction. Two specific examples highlight the importance of this analysis. First, Enel, the once formidable antagonist of the Skypiea arc, discovers ancient ruins on the moon after his defeat and journey there. These ruins depict moon inhabitants migrating to the One Piece world, hinting at a richer backstory between the Earth-like world and the moon. Secondly, Dr. Vegapunk, the enigmatic scientist whose work with ancient technology revitalizes discussions about the moon, has been associated with reverse engineering devices found on the ancient lunar civilization. Opinions supporting these links suggest that creator Eiichiro Oda might be using the moon as a narrative device to expand upon the world's history, giving depth to the ancient weapons and the Void Century. Fans speculate that such elements could ultimately hold key answers regarding the One Piece itself. However, challenges arise as only selective information ties characters to the moon, leaving much to speculation and conjecture. Alternative viewpoints argue that these connections are red herrings or simply thematic elements meant for lore enrichment rather than integral plot points. Critics also mention that relying on extraterrestrial elements risks contriving the narrative or diverging from the pirate adventure roots of the series. This analysis weaves into the broader topic by outlining how interconnected the world's secrets might be, reflecting on how integrating lunar lore with the grand treasure hunt reinforces the themes of exploration and discovery. This perspective encourages new directions in theorizing the One Piece's true nature, allowing for a nuanced appreciation of its universe.